Chapter 5. Dirt Pov. The sun was shining brightly on the Sea of Grand Line. In the middle of this vast ocean, we could see a ship with the form of a whale. This is the Sabaody, the main ship of Whitebeard. The strongest man in the world, along with his crew, were enjoying their days like always. Suddenly a small pirate came on the front deck with a report. Pirate. Captain. There is a boat coming toward us. Whitebeard. Grrrr. And what? Pirate. It's the rising star. Immediately the crew went quiet. Marco. Oh. So he is finally here. Jaws, it seems so. Ace. I can't wait to meet him. It's a fact that the entire crew, including Whitebeard, was waiting for him. After hearing the rumors that Shanks brought a newcomer and seeing how much chaos he brought to the sea in such a short amount of time. This intrigued Whitebeard, and so for 6 years, they waited for him to come. By logic, after 3 Yonko, the last one is Whitebeard. But the sudden news of Rimuru joining the revolutionary army shocked them. And so they just decided to wait, and now there he comes. Whitebeard. Grrrr. Then let him come. Pirate. Hi. Rimuru Pov. After 5 days of light navigation, I finally reached the last Yonko main ship. This boat is immense. The moment I approached them, someone waved his hand, allowing me to go on the boat. If you don't ask permission first, you can be considered an enemy. I smiled behind my mask and jumped on the ship. Rimuru, hello to you. Pirate, yes sir. Captain is waiting for you. Rimuru. I see. Lead the way. He nodded as I followed him. I wonder how Newgate will be. Pirate. We are here. I was taken out of my thought when we reached the front deck. The whole crew is here. Looking around, I saw some funny faces. One looked like a pineapple. I also saw a boy with black hair. His name is Ace. I saw him in the memory of Sabo. So he is another brother of Luffy, huh? And lastly, Whitebeard. He is a giant. I can't be surprised by the disproportionate size of this world anymore. This giant was sitting on a chair with many medical cables. Is heel. Whitebeard. So you are the famous devil, huh? Rimuru. Devil. To answer you, yes, I am, but to call me devil. I didn't do anything bad. I said with some arrogance as his eyes met mine through the mask. The atmosphere immediately turned tense as some black clouds started to appear. Or, it was just a joke. Whitebeard, so brat, why are you here? Rimuru, just to meet a new face. He grinned and started to laugh loudly. Whitebeard. Grrrr. I just stayed quiet and looked at the side. MMH. There was someone else who intrigued me. It was a big fat man with messy black hair. His eyes met mine, and I could immediately tell that he was not a good person. Whitebeard. So you just want to cause some chaos by spending time with us, huh? Rimuru. Haha, maybe. Oops, I forgot when I asked Shanks about Whitebeard, he told me to bring him some sake. So a relationship won't start on an enemy basis, and also to lighten the mood. Rimuru. I forgot, but take this. I lifted my arm and made a bottle of sake of his size. Oh. Reactive are they? When I was doing it, his crew was all prepared to attack, cautious too. Whitebeard. What is this? Rimuru, good sake, I heard from Shanks that you like this, so why don't we share? He smiled and gave a glance to his crew. Immediately all dispersed doing their own thing. Whitebeard. Then let's drink. Marco. It's not poisoned, right? The pineapple guy stayed along with Ace-kun. Rimuru. No, it's not. I can taste it first if you want. Marco. Nah, it's good. He smiled and took 3 normal-sized glasses in a giant bowl. It is not annoying to be this big. Like the size of clothes and daily utensils. Dirt Pov. Many weeks then passed, and Rimuru became closer to some members, mainly Ace and the chef Thatch. He also daily speaks with Marco and Whitebeard. The only one he stays away from is Teach, the same boy who gave the malicious intent Rimuru felt the first days. During these weeks, Rimuru went some time with the Whitebeard pirate on the expedition. He met many other captains in the division, and simply enjoyed his time with his crew, who consider everyone as their own family. And actually Rimuru was drinking with Whitebeard alone. Rimuru. So, Newgate, what do you think of Teach? Whitebeard. Teach, huh? Rimuru dropped some hints since, as time passed, it was obvious to him that this boy would betray the crew. Whitebeard. He is a brat who entered the family when he was still a kid. Rimuru. Whitebeard. Honestly, he didn't give me the best first impression, but he is still my son. Rimuru. I see. Seeing no hesitation in the old man's voice, Rimuru abandoned and continued to drink. Rimuru. I'll fix the problem myself then. Whitebeard. Oi brat, don't do anything foolish. Rimuru. MMH. What do you mean? Whitebeard. Grrrr. Even if you wear a mask, I can still feel this smirk of yours. Rimuru smiled and grew bigger as he got up. Rimuru. Don't worry, I won't do anything as long as nothing happens. Whitebeard. Good then, you're a fun kid, I don't want to fight you. Rimuru. Me too, it will be a shame since you are a respectable old man, hahaha. Whitebeard. Grrrr. The two laughed so loudly that the crew outside could hear them. Marco. Sometime, I wonder what they are talking about that made them laugh so hard. Thatch. Hahaha. Maybe they are talking about girls. Ace. The old man talking about girl. Keep dreaming, Thatch. They also started to laugh, but then Thatch took out something that would change everything. Thatch. By the way, during our last attack on an enemy ship, I found this. He said while taking out a weird magenta fruit. Ace. A devil fruit. Thatch. Yes, but I don't know what type it is. Marco. We'll find out later. Unknown to them, someone was mortified by the sight of this fruit. Teach, the same boy Rimuru was wary and stared at the devil fruit with shock and excitement. Teach. Zhahaha, I finally found you. Rimuru Pov. After my discussion with Newgate, I went to my room and laid on the bed. My instincts are telling me that some chaos is coming. Seal. Narwhal, Master is the chaos creator. Rimuru. Haha, funny Seal. She smiled smugly as I closed my eyes and activated sleep mode. Marshal D. Teach. With Dragon, I learned many things about the D family. But this one seems different. I sighed and let my consciousness go away. The next morning, I woke up because of the noise. Did something happen? I get up and quickly get out with my mask. Rimuru. Something happened. Random, Rimuru-san. Yes, Thatch has been found dead. My mind went blank. THC, so he finally took action. I clenched my fist and made my way toward the front deck, where the commotion seemed to be louder. Ace. Let me go. I'll deal with Bastard myself. Marco. Calm down, Ace. I arrived and saw Ace being held by two people. Everyone was here, and a gloomy atmosphere filled the area. Rimuru. He escaped. Should I hunt him myself? But seeing Ace's eyes, I should just let him do. Beside, I have something else to do. I approached him without any sound and sat beside Newgate. Rimuru. I warned you. Whitebeard. I guess. He didn't even seem surprised by my sudden appearance, and his eyes were filled with deception. Rimuru. Where is the body? Whitebeard. In the room behind me. I nodded and went toward the set room. I'll revive him. Whitebeard Pov. I don't know what to feel anymore. Should I be angry? Sat Teach. I don't know why he did that or what he planned to do, but what he did was unforgivable. My blood boiled a little as I watched Ace yelling. Whitebeard. Then go. I surly said. Everyone's attention went on me. Whitebeard. If this is what you want, I can't hold you back. Ace. Oyaji. Marco. B. But. Whitebeard. There no, but if this is the way you choose, I'll respect it, Ace. After all, you are his son. I can't hold him. And at the end, he is too stubborn for me. Ace. Thank you, Teach was in my division, it's my duty to deal with him. He gave me a look full of determination and rage before taking his stuff and landing on a small boat. Whitebeard. Be safe, Ace. I closed my eyes while letting one of my sons leave. This is troublesome. Rimuru. What's up with the mood? All eyes turned to Rimuru, who just came back, and to our shock, Thatch was with him. Thatch. Yo everyone. Oh. Thatch. Everyone went to hug him, leaving only some with the question, how? I saw his body with my own eyes. Rimuru. Don't question too much, it's just the power of my devil fruit. Whitebeard. The fruit of wisdom, huh? The fruit that no one ever heard about. He can bring back death. If the world government went to learn about this. Rimuru. I did this, but please hide the existence of Thatch. Whitebeard. Why? Rimuru. Because you have to let the new generation grow. I see, like what Roger did, letting the new generation, huh? Whitebeard. Grrrr. You really said this to me, an old fossil. Rimuru. You are their inspiration, Teach is an idiot to betray you. Whitebeard. I take it as a compliment. I smiled and immediately took a serious look. Whitebeard. But even so, Teach won't get away with this. Marco. Yeah. He can't be forgiven. But there is still Ace, he is strong, but compared to something on this sea. He is still young and lacks experience. Rimuru Pov. 2 weeks have passed since Ace's departure. All the crew accepted to keep Thatch's existence secret, and he himself decided to stop being a pirate and start working as a chef. Not like he wasn't one at the start, he just decided to stop fighting. As for me, I just packed my thing and prepared to leave. Rimuru, I just stayed here for 2 months, huh? Seal. Yes, it's pretty low compared to the other emperor. Rimuru. I know, but I'm kind of not in the right place. The Whitebeard crew is composed of people that consider each other family. It's like I'm an intruder, even if they smile at me like I am one of them. I still feel awkward with them. Marco, so you are leaving. On the widow frame, the right hand of Newgate was sitting there, his arm slightly covered in blue flame, the fruit of the phoenix. A mythical zone, what a baddest fruit. Rimuru. Yeah. Marco. I guess you already made your mind. Rimuru. You're smart, Marco, one day we'll meet again. I took off my mask as his eyes widened. Rimuru. Tell Newgate, I'll leave. Marco. Why yes. I smiled and jumped out of the window, landing on a spearboat. Rimuru. Also, I go and do some research on teak. I will contact you if I find anything. Marco. Okay. Have a safe trip. I waved my hand as the boat started to float away. Sorry, but the next time we meet will be special. Dirt Pov. And then another 2 years passed. Not many interesting things happened beside Rimuru, who disappeared. His bounty escalated to 2,600 billion, but then 9 months after him leaving the Whitebeard pirate. He disappeared, no one knew where he was. This created many theories, like he was captured by the marine or he got killed. As for the Yonko, naturally they didn't believe this, as even they recognized his strength. They were not that worried since it was Rimuru, they were talking about, not some random. None of them knew what happened in his mind, so they just thought that he had something interesting to do and hid himself. But the reality is well surprising. In an unknown place, we could see a beautiful garden with many different types of flowers. In the middle of this, 2 figures can be seen. One is our hero, Rimuru Tempest. The other one is a blurry figure. Author. You thought I will describe her. Nah, she is the waifu I chose, so wait for the next chapter. Oops, I got away. Where were we already? Ah yes. The second figure was a blurry figure. She was sipping her tea while blushing. The two met 4 months ago and immediately fell in love with each other. Well, more likely, the girl falls for a great lord. But then later, Rimuru fell for her beautiful eyes. But this is a story for the next chapter. Chapter 6. Rimuru Pov. It has been 3 months since I left the Whitebeard crew. I have been traveling island to island. I met many people, I visited many different places, but avoided the famous islands like Dressrosa or Fishman Island. I wanted to visit Amazon Lily since rumors said that it was men's paradise, but Seal's cold glare dissuaded me to go. Seal. It's for my own good. Rimuru. Yeah, if you say so. After that, I decided to leave Grand Line and visit the other sea. And so I passed 1 entire year to visit East Blue, West Blue, South Blue, and lastly North Blue. There wasn't anything interesting, so I went faster than before. And now I am standing in front of the Red Line, a giant mountain range. Rimuru. So this is where the Celestial Dragon lives. Some months ago, I got involved in a Celestial Dragon affair, well, not like anyone knows it. Flashback some months ago. Actually, I am taking a walk on this island. It's not really famous, so it's pretty calm here. The locals are good, and this is one of the rare kingdoms that are not corrupted. Rimuru. And the food is pretty good. But suddenly, a loud sound identified as a gunshot was heard through the entire kingdom. Rimuru. What happened? I don't think someone would commit murder here. I used my observation lens and looked at the source of this noise. And what I saw left me perplexed. What up with him? There was a fat man with a glass jar on his head. He is a fisherman. He was holding a gun with some smoke coming out of it. In front of him was laying a dead body. Rimuru. So he killed him. Seal. It seems this is one of the famous celestial dragons, Master. O celestial dragon, the enemy of the revolutionary. Even being with the army for 6 years, I never saw one. And I would have preferred to never see one if all of them are this ugly. I sighed and made my way toward the crime place. Arriving, everyone was bowing to the celestial, not really the dragon. Rimuru. This reminds me a little of Tempest. After becoming a god and creating my own religion, wherever I went, everyone would bow to me. I smiled at the nostalgia. It has already been 10 years, huh? Celestial dragon. Or are you? TCH, who dare interrupt my thought? I glared at the source, and it was this stupid pig. Everyone looked at me with worry and some admiration as this pig pointed his gun at me. Rimuru. What do you want? Random. It's a celestial dragon. You have to. Bang. Rimuru. The gentle soul who wanted to warn me got shot in the chest. So they are disgusting at this point. No one dared to speak as they were too scared. I sighed and appeared in front of him. Rimuru. I can understand why Dragon wants you all dead. Celestial Dragon. Huh. Before he knew, I sent a violent punch, sending him straight into a building behind. At the same time, I took care of his 3 servants along with the 2 slaves. Rimuru. I hate your type of people, not knowing the value of life. I said and started to leave. But before that, I turned my head to the stunned population and took off my mask. Rimuru. I already removed their memory of this event, so not a single word about that, okay. I gave them a perfect smile and left. Oops, I forgot about this brave soul. Rimuru. Seal resurrects the 2 victims and makes everyone forget about their deaths. Seal. Yes, Master. With that, I used shadow movement and disappeared. Then flashback. Well, this is approximately what happened. This is why, without meeting them all, I already hate them. But you can't judge a group of people by a single individual, so I decided to visit their homeland. Geoise, the world government capital, where the highest status of nobility live. Rimuru. I just sneak in. The next moment, I disappeared using spatial movement and reappeared on top of the mountain. Immediately, I was met with a beautiful city with a luxurious castle. Rimuru. So this is the famous Pangaea castle. If I have to rate it, it's better than Yum castle. But compared to my own castle, this is pretty close to nothing. 1. I am not flexing, but after some time, my small Japanese house got transformed into a castle, making half the size of an entire country. But this is a story for another time. Rimuru. I can feel a strong aura inside the castle, along with 5 weak others. They are probably the Geoise, the 5 elders and rulers of the world government. A smile appeared on my face as I made my way inside the castle. But something enraged me. Rimuru. Seal, tell me, what am I seeing? Is this true? Seal. Yes. Below me, in the ground, I could sense many people saying, slave, huh. They were used as pushers for these pseudo-automatic sidewalks. Rimuru. This world is more corrupted than I thought. I turned my eyes away and entered the castle. Pav. The last year has been pretty boring, but I can't let myself rest. Joy Boy can appear at any moment. I can feel it, the world is about to change. The Nika fruit got stolen, and the Pirate King discovered the truth about the forgotten century. And this annoying Joy Boy. At the end, we couldn't settle the score. These thoughts went in and out of my mind as I was in my garden, where flowers have grown for more than 800 years. Who are you? I asked the individual behind me as a butterfly sat on my finger. Rimuru. Oh me. I am surprised you could sense me. You still haven't answered my question. He smiled and walked in front of me. Who is he? As white mask. And this jet black outfit, along with a sword. Rimuru. I didn't expect the true leader of the world government to be such a pretty girl. I stared at him with emotionless eyes. He is strong, I can see his monstrous aura forming around him. And I didn't expect someone coming here, directly meeting me. Rimuru. I guess. I couldn't help but notice some hint of blood on his clothes. Did he fight? Those puppets, maybe they are guarding this place after all. Rimuru. Rimuru Tempest and you. Emu. Just call me Emu. Rimuru Pav. As I made my way toward the strongest aura in this castle. I arrived in front of a big door, bang it, an aura could be felt. So I have to deal with those elders. I can just teleport in, but it would be troublesome if they barged in during my talk with the truth leader. After deciding which action to take, I opened the door, making a loud echo. Immediately, 5 pairs of eyes landed on me. Elder 1. Who are you? Elder 2. And how did you come here? I didn't respond, but instead drew my sword. The moment I did that, the room went tense as the bald man with the white outfit immediately attacked me. He made a perfect slash at my neck, but unfortunately, I was his opponent. Before it could reach my neck, 5 slashes cut him off, 1 for each member and a last one on his chest. This action stunned the other, as my attack was too fast. Rimuru. So you all just bark and not bite, huh? They're probably on par with the Yonko commander, but this is all. I smiled behind my mask as they were killed one by one. And after just 10 minutes, the room was covered in blood. I too took a last glance at their bodies before going forward. This time I reached the throne room. There is a room behind the throne. Rimuru. Now let's see who is the real leader. I slowly walked and soon entered a beautiful garden that could rival Rumina's one. And in front of me, a woman pretty tall but still a normal size human. We exchanged some words before I went in front of her, and immediately I was stunned by her beautiful red eyes. They're similar to Mihek. But I can say that those two don't have any link to each other. She also has jet black hair. She is by far the most beautiful girl I saw in this world. Even if she was wearing a veil covering most of her face, she was still gorgeous. Emu. Just call me Emu. So her name is Emu, not really common. After some minutes, I averted my eyes and created a table along with 2 chairs. Rimuru. Would you do the pleasure to share tea with me? She hesitated a little, but eventually sat in front of me. At first, I just wanted to have a small talk with her, but I guess I have to stay longer. Emu, who are you really? I smiled and took off my mask. I can't drink with it after all. I wonder how Shizu-san did it. And for the first Emu-chan expression changed, as my eyes met with hers. Rimuru. I am just a traveler. I flicked my finger, and the tea started to appear in 2 cups. Should as well impress her. Emu Pav. I was surprised seeing his face. Beautiful and handsome at the same time. And his eyes, it's like he knew everything about me. Also this power. I can't understand it at all. Is this a new type of devil fruit? Or a new god type fruit? This guy can be a real menace. Emu. I don't think a simple traveler can come here. Rimuru. I guess. His smile never left his face. Not like I care. As long as he doesn't smile like this idiot of Joy Boy. He then handed a cup to me. Should I drink it? Rimuru. Don't worry, it's not poisoned. I looked at him as he took a sip. He is really weird. I could feel killing intent earlier, but now there is nothing. Emu. I see, thank you. After thanking him, I took a sip of this tea and was amazed by the taste. It's probably the best thing I've drank until now. Rimuru. HEHE0x9B. Emu. MMH. He giggled a little. Rimuru. Sorry, you were pretty cute, right there. His words startled me a little, as no one called me cute before. All bowed and looked at me with fear. Emu? Did I? Rimuru? Yes, it's like a child who just discovered a new toy. I stared at the reflection of myself in the tea before taking another sip, ignoring his last sentence. Rimuru. But I guess I can't call you kind since you are by far the oldest being in this world. My hand flinched hearing him say, how did he know? Rimuru. You are immortal, right? Emu? How did you know? I didn't search to hide it, as this would just delay his answer, and I am curious about him now. Rimuru. How did I know, huh? He paused a moment before looking at me playfully. Rimuru. You can say, my devil, allow me to know it. Emu? I see. So there was a powerful devil fruit that no one knew. Could it be a devil fruit who appears only a single time? A unique fruit that, after the death of the user, disappears totally. If that is the case, then this guy is even more valuable than a god model fruit. Rimuru. And beside, I heard many rumors about a certain fruit. Emu? Oh? Rimuru. The Obok no Mi, a fruit that could grant immortality. I listened to him decipher one of my secrets. Rimuru. But how can we know this if this power was never used? It's logical, he said, but at the same time, there is a big hole in the theory. Emu? And what if this person got killed? Rimuru. Yeah, right, but you have to know that I was part of the Revolutionary Army. My eyes never shifted from him. I started to analyze his word, so he does have some important information. Monkey D. Dragon, he is not that great of a menace beside owning this devil fruit. Rimuru. With all this, I can conclude that you are immortal. Emu, is that so? Rimuru. Yes, you ruled the world government for 800 years now and are waiting for something, right? Emu? Oh. And what am I waiting for? He smirked before bringing his face closer until I could feel his breath. Too close. Rimuru, you are waiting for Joy Boy. Honestly, I didn't know how to react. This guy came out of nowhere and saw through me like nothing. Emu? If this was the case, then what? Rimuru. Nothing. I got confused at his reply. I thought he would try to take advantage of the situation or anything else. But instead, he got back on his seat and drank his tea. Emu? What does this mean? Rimuru. I can feel it. At the end, you are not a bad person. I stayed quiet and continued to stare at him. How little does he know? Rimuru. I don't know how to say it, but it's like you are against the world government while being their leader. Emu? You know a little too much for my taste. Rimuru. Haha, I guess. Emu? Then what is your purpose? Rimuru. At first, I just wanted to have a chat with you about the atrocity of this world. This is the second time he mentioned this world. It's like he is insinuating that he is not from this world. Emu? So? Rimuru, now I want to know more about you. He smiled and pointed his finger at me. Me. I stared at him weirdly, but then felt something I had never experimented with before. It's like a butterfly in my stomach. What is this? Emu? Why yes, I want to know more about you too. Dirt Pav. And then for the 4 months, the two passed their time together. Rimuru first resurrected the elders, who were forced to keep Rimuru's existence here secret. And slowly Emu-chan developed more and more emotion toward the blue-haired boy. Being new to this feeling, she didn't know how to react in his presence, so she just kept her usual act. And now, actually, Rimuru was observing the world via his haki. Rimuru. It's a little too up to enhance my haki with terminal energy. Being here for 4 months, sometimes he got a little bored, so he tried some experimentation on the haki. And discovered that if he enhanced his observation haki with his own energy, he could literally observe the whole world. Rimuru. But it's really useful. I want to limit the use of my skill after all. He was now observing a teenager with a straw hat leaving his homeland. Rimuru. Luffy finally started his adventure. He is destined to do great things. Emu. What are you doing? As Rimuru was in his thought, he didn't notice his new companion behind him. Rimuru. Oh, Emu-chan. She blushed a little and looked at the ground. Rimuru. Did something happen? Emu. And not really, just wanted to chat with you. Rimuru. Okay, why? Rimuru Pav. I smiled softly as I watched Yu-chan savor some cupcakes I made. After some months together, she started to act childishly with me, and I really like it. She is like a red-eyed version of Chloe. Rimuru. Say Emu-chan. I use a more serious tone. Unfortunately, I have to leave soon. Emu. Yes, Rimuru. Rimuru. In some month, I'll have to leave. Immediately she dropped everything and looked at me. Emu, are you serious? Rimuru. Yes, I have some other things to do. I gave her a little smile and took out another pack of snacks. Rimuru. But don't worry, even if I leave, we'll meet again. Emu? Yes, but... Her shined as some tear could be seen. Maybe I got a little too attached to her. I thought a moment before making up my mind. Rimuru. Say Emu. I used her name without honorific, indicating that this was serious. Emu. Yes. Rimuru. If you miss, then why don't I marry you? Emu Pav. My mind went blank as I heard his proposal. For 5 minutes now, my emotion got unstable, as I was first sad that he left me, but now. I looked at him with hope. Emu? Really? Rimuru? Yeah, we can spend the next few months together before I leave. He got up and took out a small black box out of nowhere. I am still amazed by his mysterious power. He then proceeded to kneel down and take out a ring from the box. Rimuru? Then your answer. Emu? Yes. He smiled and put the ring on my finger before hugging me. My heart is beating so fast. Emu? Rai Rimuru. Rimuru. SHHH, let me enjoy this moment. I blushed and hugged him back. Art, I don't know how to react. After 5 minutes, he finally backs off. Well, I really liked it. Rimuru. We should at least start with that. His eyes stared into mine before he placed his lips on mine. My eyes widened, but soon I returned the warm feeling on my lips. I want this to never stop. Dirt Pov. After these days, months passed. The two new lovers lived their lives to the fullest. Yes, what did you expect? They've cad, like it's Rimuru-sama, harem god. Maybe I write a lemon between those later. As for now, Luffy is actually in Water 7, and soon will attack Enies lobby to save Neko Robin. At the same time, a Warlord assembly got held to introduce a new one to replace Crocodile, but was beaten by Straw Hat Luffy. So it was difficult to write because we know nothing of Imu-chan, not even her gender. So this is a female Imu, and no theory about her being Luffy's mother. And some precision. Imu has red eyes and black hair. She is at the same height as Rimuru and possesses the human fruit model god of Earth. As for her backstory, she lived in the same era as the first Joy Boy. Since he was the king of the world and his ideology didn't match hers, she did a revolution, and ultimately Joy Boy died. Time passed and the WG was created. She hid her existence and used the Opope no Mi to gain immortality. But then, as time passed, she grew bored while still keeping this world in place. But inside her, she knew how bad the situation was. After seeing the revolutionary army, this reminded her of herself, and so she decided to wait until they come and destroy the WG. Personality. Imu is calm and smart in general, but oblivious to human feeling, since she lived for so long with no real contact. And lastly, she Yoko level in term of power. I wouldn't put her higher since Imu is a ruler, and doesn't seem to really train. Also, I personally think that she will fight Dragon in the One Piece, so they must be at least equal. Chapter 7. Dirt Pov. As the chaos spread into Enies lobby, one of 3 major bases of the world government because of Luffy. At the same time, a meeting was held between the Shichibukai, or more casually called the Warlord of the Sea. They are composed of strong individual pirates with members like Dracula Mihik, also known as the strongest swordman, Boa Hancock, the most beautiful woman, Jinbei, the Sea Paladin, or other strong people like Don Quixote da Flamingo, Bartholomew Kuma, and Gecko Moria. Without Crocodile, who has been arrested and sent to Impel down after some event at Alabasta. They are originally at the number 7, and now a new warlord is appearing, taking the seat of Crocodile. And now, actually, the 6 warlords are still active in a meeting room in Marineford. Doflamingo. I heard we got a new member, do you know who it is? Doflamingo, a man with a dark past, being an ancient noble of the world, possesses the Ito no Mi. He is strong and feared even among his peers. And is known for his weird clothing, like I really love Doflamingo as a villain, but his clothes are ridiculous. Moria. Kakaki. I hope it's someone interesting, a new Shadow Toy maybe. Echo Moria, a guy really creepy who ate a strong devil fruit, named the Cage no Mi, Fruit of Shadow. Hancock. Don't care even more if it's a disgusting man. Boa Hancock, the most beautiful woman in this world behind Imu-chan naturally since it's Rimuru-sama waifu. Tell me if you want Hancock x Rimuru or maybe another girl, just don't put too much, at max, I go for 4, Imu and Seal included, so there are still 2 places left. Mihik. Be quiet, please, you are disturbing me. Mihik, the strongest swordman, nothing to say. I really like him, but he is too overrated, and this is where I am going to have many enemies. Shanks low mid diff Mihik. But still, among the 6 present, 2 stayed silent. One is part of the fisherman race, and the other is a secret agent of the revolutionary army. They are Jinbei and Kuma. Having nothing to say, they just stayed quiet. Suddenly the door of the meeting room opened, revealing the Admiral-in-Chief Sengoku. Sengoku. All here. Then we can start. He took a seat at the end of the table and glared at the pirates. Sengoku. As you all know, a new warlord was appointed to replace Crocodile. Doflamingo. And who is he? Sengoku. Be patient. It was clear that Sengoku didn't want to be here. Mihik Pov. There's already a new warlord, huh? Well, Crocodile was stupid, and his intentions were too visible. What astonishes me is that he was not arrested earlier, but again, this warlord system is flowing. I closed my eyes as the door opened again. But then my whole body tensed up. This feeling, this presence. Without even opening my eyes, I could already tell who it was. So you became a warlord. How stupid, haha. Sengoku. As for today, Rimuru Tempest, also known as the Rising Star, is part of the 7 warlords. I smirked and looked at him. It has been 10 years since we last fought. Honestly, I really respect him as a swordsman. We fought and I lost. This title of strongest swordman is nothing but a scam. Rimuru, happy to meet you all. I couldn't see his expression because of the mask, but he was probably smiling. Things are going to be chaotic. Rimuru Pav. I almost forgot that Mihik was a warlord. He didn't change at all. I introduced myself and sat on a chair. Sengoku. Then this meeting is dismissed. I like how they do such a big event just to announce a name when you could just send a messenger. Rimuru. Wait. As I said, all eyes turned to me. Rimuru. We have to wait a little more. Doflamingo. Oh ho, and why that? Hancock. Yes. I am busy, not like you, man. Rimuru. Don't worry, just sit down and wait. To make things easier, I release a wave of Conqueror Hockey. They should understand. Immediately they complied and sat down quietly with some frown. They don't seem to like me, sat Rimuru. Not kidding, he. Sengoku. Can we at least know what we are waiting for? Why do I even listen to a pirate? Rimuru. Some interesting news. I smiled and crossed my arm. 10 minutes left. Mihik, can you elaborate? Rimuru. Sure, just some idiot declaring war to the world government. Bull. Hahaha, their reactions are too funny. As I said, their eyes almost popped out. After some minutes of silence, someone finally spoke. Jinbei. And who did that? Rimuru. A rookie. Jinbei, I never met him beside him as part of the Whitebeard crew. Well, not really part but more like an ally to Newgate. Moria. A rookie. Interesting. Doflamingo. Hahaha. Whoever is this has lost his mind. I nodded as the door suddenly burst open. Here we go. Marine. Admiral and Chief Sengoku. We got an emergency call from Ini's lobby. Sengoku. What happened? Marine. It seems the pirate Monkey D. Luffy and his crew declared war to the world government by burning the flag. Sengoku. What? Monkey D. Luffy. Garp grandson. This idiot. Having finished, I get up, gaining all the attention once again. Rimuru. I'll go now. Mihik. Yeah, me too. So Shank's little protege did that, huh? Doflamingo. I'll go too. Slowly all agreed, and we left, leaving the Admiral in Chief alone. Sengoku. Damn pirate. But I have to say these marine uniforms are really cool. Maybe I should put a vest above my shoulder like them. Dirt Pov. After this particular meeting, some days passed. The world learned the shocking news of Rimuru becoming a warlord. It's a big hit for the pirates, as Rimuru was considered to be on par with the Emperor. This generated many different reactions. The Yonko laughed really hard learning that, but ultimately they shrugged off and ignored it. The revolutionary army thought about treason, but later Dragon confirmed that Rimuru wouldn't do anything against them. As for the Marine, they found this weird, since Rimuru is partially part of the 4YONKO crew along with the revolutionary. But since the order of making him a warlord comes from the Geoise, Imu, they just shut up. Another thing that shocked the world is Monkey D. Luffy, a young rookie who just appeared. He went into Ini's lobby and caused some chaos there by beating the CP9 and declaring war to the world government. And now the Straw Hat crew is resting in Water 7. Barb, so this is where this troublemaker is resting. Marine, yes sir. We identified the pirate Monkey D. Luffy earlier. Barb, the hero of the Marine, was there to see his grandson, who caused an immense headache to him. He is the man who fought equally with the king of pirates. Man, they fought many times to death, but never Roger got captured, hahaha. Sorry, but Roger has a low diff Garp. Garp? Then let's go. On the way, many civilians tried to block the road, but ultimately were all pushed to the side. This happened all the way to the base where the Straw Hats were resting. Garp? Little brat, Grandpa's here. The next moment, he punched the wall, destroying it. Garp? Luffy. Taste my love punch. Robin Pov. I am really happy right now with them, the Straw Hat Pirate. At first, I wanted to use them, but little by little, I started to consider them friends. Even after letting myself be captured, they came to save me and declared war to the world. At this very moment, I decided to dedicate my life to what I want to do, as Luffy said. I will help him become the king of pirates and discover the secret behind the forgotten era. I'll complete what the people of O'Hare failed. I am an archaeologist after all. And now, Luffy is sleeping peacefully while the rest of the crew is talking. I still feel awkward with them, but can still handle a conversation. Garp. Luffy. We heard a shout, and the next moment someone passed through the wall and jumped toward Luffy. Who is he? Wait, is he the Vice Admiral? Garp, this is bad. We just get out of a big fight. Garp. GRR. The next moment, he punched Luffy heavily below our stare. Luffy is hurt. Despite being a rubber man. Luffy. Tai, who did that? Garp. It's me. Seeing the Vice Admiral, Luffy's eyes widened, and he started to shake. Luffy. GGR Grandpa. Oh. Grandpa. So Luffy and the hero of the Marine are related. What a peculiar family you have, Captain. As for us, we just stood there watching their weird interaction. Did they fall asleep again? I sighed in relief and sat down. This is going to be interesting. Dirt Pov. Some minutes after Garp was repairing the wall, he just broke. At the same time, he talked with the Straw Hat about random things. Luffy. My dad. I have a dad. Sanji. Logic, everyone has a dad. But I have to say I am curious too. Nami. Yeah, Luffy's dad. Garp. Hahaha. Well, your dad is pretty famous. Robin. His dad, huh? Garp picked his nose while slamming a hammer on the wall. Garp, your dad is named Monkey D. Dragon, a revolutionary. Silence. Everyone present in the area was horrified by this news. Oh. What? Garp. Huh. Ah, sorry, it's confidential, so never mind, just forget about it. Ha ha ha. Oh. Like we could. Luffy. What is so special about my dad? Sanji. You don't know. Monkey D. Dragon is the most wanted man in the world. Luffy. And Nami. That means he is very dangerous. They were all shouting at Luffy so he could understand the situation, but his densitude was too high. Even higher than Rimuru Sama and some other fanfic. Robin. Not only that, but Dragon is also allies with one of the monsters of the New World. Zoro. Monster. Robin. Yeah, it was in the newspaper, the Rising Star, a pirate who could apparently rival an emperor in strength. Nami. Emperor, this is absurd. Garp. And it might be true, hahaha. Zoro. Oh ho. Is he that strong? Robin. There was also a rumor that stated that he beat Hawkeye Mihawk in a sword fight. Zoro. Really? This sudden information shocked him greatly as we are talking about his dream. Zoro. But how? Mihawk is the best swordman. Garp. After their fight, it was said that Rimuru possessed a devil fruit and used it to win, so his victory didn't count. Beside, this title of strongest swordman means nothing. Just a little thing. How can Mihawk be the strongest swordman when he never fought the strongest swordman of the Whitebeard crew before Marineford? Zoro. So there's another strong swordman, huh? A smirk formed on his face at the thought of someone as strong as Mihawk. Zoro. I can't wait to meet him. Nami. No. We won't approach someone that scary. Luffy, who are you talking about? Robin. Well, you probably don't know, but his name is Rimuru Tempest. Luffy. Rimuru-san. One of the two people that really marked him was Rimuru, along with Shanks. Even 10 years later, the memory of Rimuru playing with him and how he used his mysterious power stayed in Luffy's mind. Sanji. Do you know him, Luffy? Luffy. Ah yes, I met him when I was a kid. Garp. Art. First red hair, and now this new guy coming out of nowhere. Pirate these days. He sighed and closed his eyes. Garp. Along with the strongest people in the world, we have the 4 emperors of the sea, but Rimuru Tempest is an enigma. Robin. What do you mean? Garp. Simple, we don't know where to put him. Nami. Where to put him? Garp. Oh, you didn't know. The Straw Hat grew confused as they were constantly fighting the last days. So there are no updates. Garp. Rimuru Tempest joined the Warlord and took Crocodile Place. The pirate crew went silent at this news. Hearing the Luffy story, they could conclude that Rimuru is not corrupt like Crocodile, but still, that means he is an enemy for them. And judging by their experience with the Warlord, it's depressing. Nami. Ah, I hope we won't make him an enemy. We already wasted too much money. I can't even imagine the damage after a fight against someone on par with the Emperor. Luffy. What? That's so cool. Sanji. Idiot. He spunked his captain's rubber head. Robin. It sure could be beneficial to avoid him. But still, he was part of the revolutionary army. He must know something about the Forgotten Era. Garp. Yeah, just stay away from him. I don't want my grandson to pass time with this type of guy. And so they continued to discuss. At the same time, behind the widow stood Sniper King. He had been frozen in place since earlier with all these revelations. Sniper King. What is this family? Rimuru Pov. It has been 1 month since I became Warlord, and nothing really happened. Well, for now, I followed Luffy adventure, and now he is a thriller bark fighting against Moria. This annoying guy should be careful because, at any moment, I'll land him myself. My eyes glowed a little as I remembered how he tried to steal my shadow. Seal. This weakling deserves death. Rimuru. I agree, but we can't do anything for now or it won't be fun. As for now, I am in Marineford shopping with Akiji. He is the only one I can really speak here. Since either I am yelled at by Kainu or got bored to death with Kizaru. And for the Vice Admiral or normal Marine, we have a neutral relationship, even if they still show me some hostility. I also talk sometimes with Sengoku, who is smarter than he let it be. Rimuru. So, Akiji, I heard you met Luffy, what do you think of him? Akiji. MMH. Oh, Straw Hat Boy. He closed his eyes, trying to remember everything. But still, he is too cute. Akiji. Well, he has potential but is still too weak for the life of a pirate. Rimuru. I guess this is true, maybe I should train him. I sighed and got up. Akiji. You're leaving. Rimuru. Yeah, there's too much hostility here for me. Akiji. I guess. I smiled and decided to show off a little. The ground below me started to freeze as my body became ice. The next moment I broke into pieces and disappeared, leaving him shocked. It's a small warning saying to not mess with me, well, not like he needs one. Rimuru. So what do I do now? Seal told me to wait until Luffy reaches Sabaody to act. But with this, I am extremely bored, maybe I should visit Amazon Lily. Seal. Master. Rimuru. Ek. A chill ran down my spine as I felt two pairs of red eyes behind me. Do Umu-chan have the ability to scare me like that? Or maybe it's her woman's intuition. Scary even though she didn't even understand these emotions 6 months ago. Maybe I should just visit Old Man Rayleigh, it has been a while, and since he lives in Sabaody. Rimuru. Or I'll go to meet Minky D-Garb. He is the father of Dragon and grandfather of Luffy. Like seeing their family, I am curious to see how he is. But that can still wait, and beside possessing the title of hero, I don't think he will like the presence of a pirate. I could also go back to Umu-chan's side now. If I did, she wouldn't let me go back. Rimuru. Ah. What a troublesome day. Chapter 8. Third Pav. After the event at Thriller Bark, the Straw Hat Pirate went to Sabaody Archipelago. On their way, they met Kami and Hatchin, two people of the sea. And after some events, Kami got captured, leading the group to a slave auction. At the same time, in a small bar on the Sabaody in the Grove 8, we could see a young woman serving a drink to a blue-haired individual. Rimuru. Hahaha. So the old man went to sell himself. Shaki. Yeah, how stupid. Shaki is a mysterious woman with short black hair and eyes. For years she has been managing this bar with Rayleigh. She also has a habit of smoking. Rimuru. This is something only he and Kaido can do. Shaki. I guess. She smiled and leaned on the wall. Shaki, did you hear about the supernova? Rimuru. Yeah, those 11 pirates have a bounty above 100 million berries. Shaki, they're impressive, don't you think? Rimuru. I guess. Rimuru scoffed and finished his drink. Rimuru. Oh. It seems the auction started. Shaki. Well, I guess for someone like you, they're not a big deal. Rimuru. You said it like I am a monster. Shaki. Maybe you are and I am not wrong. For pirates like you who can master the hockey in such a short amount of time, these supernovas are at maximum to you. The boy smiled and closed his eyes. Rimuru. I take a nap until the old man comes back. Shaki. Do as you wish. Bailey Pav. This is sad, my drink went out. I should have filled it out before coming here, and those handcuffs are annoying. As I thought, a mermaid was brought here. Isn't she the friend of Hatchin? He saved me in the past. I should probably help her. Kami. Please let me go. She was yelling in despair. This place is still rotten to the core. I smiled and used my conqueror hockey to knock on the slave merchant. Giant. Oi, old man. I stayed quiet as the giant beside me growled. Oh. He could identify me. Giant. It was you, right, the sake. Really? I wonder. I smiled and took the last sip of my gourd. I really need to buy a bigger one. Giant. Who are you? Really? Just an old man. Third Pav. Sometime later, Kami was taken to the auction room. Hatchin tried his best along the straw pirate to save her, but this ultimately led to more trouble. Everything went well until a damn celestial dragon showed up, even before he caused some problems to the Straw Hat, but this time he shot Hatchin. This angered Luffy to the point he lost himself, and one punched him. At this moment, Rayleigh arrived. He destroyed the whole thing behind the scene and saved Kami before one of the auction employees could harm her. Rayleigh. Oh. Something happened here. Oh, the giant, you can take the money, I don't need it anymore. After that, he analyzed the situation while looking at Luffy. Memory flashed in his mind because of the Straw Hat. He then closed his eyes, understanding the situation. Rayleigh. I see. Judging by Hatchin injuries and the knocked out celestial dragon, the situation is quite easy to understand. The next moment, a supernatural force blew all the bad guys out. Everyone else felt chills run down their spines as they witnessed the ultimate power. Kid. What a beast. Law. So this is the hockey. Rayleigh smiled and brought his attention back to Luffy. At the same time, the Marine circled the area, making a big noise. Nami. Luffy, we have to go. Luffy. He stayed quiet before going toward the entrance along with Eustace Kid and Trafalgar Law. At the same time, Chopper treated Hatchin's injuries. Kid. You don't have to come, I'll take care of them. Law. Some workouts are not bad. Luffy. I'm taking care of them so you two can leave. And like this, a small competition started. Who will beat the most soldiers? Rimuru Pav. I was quietly sleeping well, not really, it's more likely relaxing. I still have my observation hockey activated through, it's pretty funny to see Luffy beat the crap out of this celestial dragon. Shaki, you seem to enjoy the show. Rimuru. Eh? I looked at Shaki in shock. How does she know? Rimuru. Chow. Shaki. Woman intuition. Women are scary. Shaki, ignore this, can you at least tell me when the Ray-chan comes back? Rimuru. He is on his way here, along with some troublesome kid. Shaki. Oh. Let me guess, a supernova. Rimuru. Bingo. She is really smart. I didn't get much information on her, but by deduction, you can easily tell she was a pirate. There are many proofs leading to that, like she is living with the former right hand of the Gold D. Roger, and her instinct is too sharp for a normal civilian. There is also the fact that she knows very well the hockey. Seal. The individual Shaki was part of a. Rimuru. Okay, stop. No spoiler, and this is a privacy attack. Seal. Understood. The Seal, I guess she a little bored watching me doing these things. After some month, she already analyzed this world from top to bottom. I make up to her later. With that, I closed my eyes and waited for the old man to come back. Maybe I should try something else. Robin Pov. This is rather problematic. Luffy just punched a celestial dragon by this, and a buster call was automatically sent. And at the same time, we met Rayleigh, the Dark King and former member of the Roger Pirates. Not like the others recognized him. After dealing with the Marine, he kindly asked us to follow him, and so here we are. I have the feeling that this soul won't end well. Nami. A bar. Rayleigh. You can say this is my house. Without anything else, we entered. This seems like a normal bar, not what I expected from the Dark King. Inside, there is only a woman who was smoking. She has short black hair and seems pretty nice. Shaki. Oh, you are finally back, Ray-chan. Rayleigh. Yeah, I also have some guests. She didn't seem surprised and went directly to treat Hatchin. She gives me a weird feeling. We then took our seats, waiting for Hatchin to wake up. Rimuru. You didn't change at all, old man. Hearing a voice from behind, I froze in place. Who? I turned my eyes toward the corner of the bar, and saw a blue-haired man with a mask. I didn't even notice him. Was he here the entire time? And judging by everyone's reaction, no one sensed him. Zoro, who are you? Rimuru. Me. Just a random guy coming here to drink with the old man. But still, which normal guy drinks casually with a former pirate king crew member? This mask, I saw it somewhere before. Rimuru. Don't stare at me like that. Shaki, a simple apple juice, please. Shaki. Hi. He got up and sat beside the Dark King. His body is releasing a strong presence, but at the same time, it's invisible. Rimuru. It has been a while, Luffy. I turned my eyes to our captain, who was strangely silent. Wait. He knows Luffy in this mask. I started to look at him with fear as I recognized him. Luffy. Rimuru. Luffy immediately hugged him. So he is really one of the new warlords. Nami. Wait, Luffy. Luffy. What? Nami. He is a warlord, right? We don't know if he is bad or not. That is true. Even if Luffy knew him 10 years ago, a man can change. Rimuru. Haha. Don't worry, I won't do anything. Sanji. And how can we be sure? Rimuru. Well, if I say I could kill everyone here without even forcing myself, does that reassure you? Sanji. Not at all. Robin. Where are you here? I don't think someone as influent as you will be here for nothing. He chuckled before drinking his juice without removing his mask. What a unique skill, I guess. How can you drink with a mask on? Rimuru. I can assure you, I don't mean any ill toward you. He then looked at me. I have a bad feeling. Rimuru. You must be Neko Robin, the girl Hiji talked about. Robin. Wood. I tense up as his hockey pinned me to the ground. So strong. So this is Emperor level. Nami. Robin. Sanji. Robin-chan. Rimuru. You all stay out of this. As he said, Nami and Sanji stopped moving like they were forced to ask, is this his devil fruit power? This is bad. I used all my strength to look at him. Robin. What do you want? He ignored me and turned his attention to Luffy. Rimuru. You too, brat. When the adults talk, the kids have to stay quiet. For the first time, I saw Luffy being nervous. Is he intimidated? So this is our limit. We can't conquer the new world with our current strength, at least not yet. Rimuru. So, Neko Robin, why are you on this dangerous sea when you have been wanted since childhood? I didn't understand what he meant. This is my life, why should he care? Rimuru, it seems you don't know your own value. He stood up and walked up to me. Rimuru, so answer my question. Why should I not send you to the Marine right here? He slid his mask a little, showing me his eyes. Those yellow eyes. It's like he knows everything about me. I am scared. I can stop shaking. Losing strength, I looked down and bit my lips. Is this already the end? Just when I found my purpose. Rimuru. You don't intend to speak. Maybe I should capture Luffy and the other then. At this, my body froze to the core. Luffy and the other. They gave me so much, but I kept attracting trouble for them. Making up my mind, I clenched my fist and glared at him. Robin. You can hand me over, just let my friend alone. Luffy, what are you saying, Robin? Robin. Don't worry, it's not my first time. I smiled lightly and resigned myself, but then all the restrictions on my body got lifted. Huh. Rimuru, good answer, sorry for my action. I just got some doubt after hearing your story from Akiji. Really? Hahaha. You don't change at all, aren't you, Rimuru, ruthless as ever? Rimuru Pav. I just put some pressure on them so they can understand the difficulty of their dream. Having the will to achieve your dream is good, but if you don't possess the strength, nothing is possible. I also wanted to see how Robin would act. She was alone all her life, and this often led to betrayal and more. So by doing this, I can see the true persona of someone. You either sell your friend or hand yourself. Rimuru. You got some good friends, Luffy. Luffy? Shishishi. Normal, it's my crew. This brat is still stupid. Who educated him? Because whoever he is, he failed. I wonder what would happen if Fuldora acted like Luffy in front of Elzard. Nah, it will be a massacre. Rimuru, so Octopus Boy, what happened to you? I asked the octopus who just woke up. I know he got shot, but I wanted to ask this question just for the form. Hatchin. Ah, nothing really, you don't have to worry. I nodded and sat beside Rayleigh. Oh, it seems Kizaru arrived here. Along with him, Kuma is here too. Ha poor Luffy, he won't be able to do anything against them. Dirt Pav. After this intense first interaction, the small group continued to talk. They slowly learned the truth about Rayleigh and his connection with the Roger pirate. They also learned about Roger and the truth behind his execution. Robin, so you know what the will of D is, and what happens during the hidden century. You know what happened 900 years ago. This was shocking since her goal is just before her eyes. Rayleigh. Yes, we know we learned everything after reaching the last island. Robin gulped at this, her curiosity was at its max. Rayleigh, but do you really want to know by my mouth? Robin. Huh. Rimuru. What he means is, wouldn't you want to find yourself? Rimuru has been here at the all-time chilling as they discussed. Robin. To the Rimuru question, Robin felt silent. This was her ultimate goal, so will she get satisfaction from learning it from someone else's mouth? She wouldn't even be sure if it's real. Robin. No, please don't tell me, I will find out myself with my friend. All the crew smiled at her. Rimuru. Good then. She is a good girl. Usopp, wait, I have a question too. Rayleigh. Oh, and what is it? Out of nowhere, Usopp got up and asked his question hysterically. Usopp. Since you were part of the King of Pirate crew, you know where the One Piece is, right? Luffy. Usopp. Before he could finish his question, Luffy yelled with all his strength, startling everyone. Luffy. If this question is what I think it was about, then I don't want to know. Usopp. But Luffy. Luffy. No. What I want is adventure and adrenaline, not a dead calm trip. His response shocked everyone, except Rayleigh and Shaki, who were surprised. As for Rimuru, he was chuckling while glancing at the Straw Hat Boy. Luffy. If I have to find the One Piece like that, then I'll prefer to stop being a pirate. Oh. After a small silence, everyone tried to process the weight of these words. Rayleigh, then do you think you possess what is needed to conquer the Sea of the Grand Line? Rimuru. Oh ho. This is interesting. Rimuru stopped listening to them and stared at one of the Zoro katana. Rimuru. This kanata, it's from Wano, I can tell it by the form and the aura around it. This confused him since Luffy and his friend came from East Blue, not a place where such a strong weapon is located. Rimuru. And the scabbard is similar to what Hiyori told me, the stolen treasure of Wano, Shusei. Seal. It seems the warlord Gecko Moria stole the blade from Wanakuni, and later Zoro received it. Rimuru. I see. Should I take it back to Wano? After some time thinking, he decided not to. Luffy's goal is to reach Laugh Tale, and to do that, he has to find the 4 red poneglyphs. By doing this, he naturally has to fight Kaido and Wano. Luffy. I don't intend to conquer anything, I just want to be free. Rayleigh. Oh. If previously he was just surprised, the Dark King's eyes were now widened as he saw the reflection of his former captain in Luffy. Rayleigh. I see, hahaha. Luffy. Hehehe. Rimuru. Interesting, but freedom can only be achieved with strength. With a smile, Rimuru gets up, gaining the attention of everyone. Rimuru. What an inspiring speech, Luffy, but you still lack something. Luffy looked at him confusedly. You are still too young. With that, Rimuru gave him a last look before leaving. Rimuru Pav. Shortly after leaving, I got myself at the top of a small hill with a good view of the whole area. Poor Luffy. You still don't know, but Ace is being executed. Will you have the strength to save him? Rimuru. Well, at the end you will understand that currently you are not strong enough. I smiled as I observed a fight between pirates and marines below me. Sadly, the Straw Hat didn't get out of this island in time, and engaged in a fight against Kizaru. Rimuru. Well, this is not a fight, more like a massacre. Kizaru is just too strong for them. And what a powerful fruit. I wonder how the Admiral got their fruit. Because they are all overpowered. Rimuru. Oh. Kuma decided to intervene. I sighed and got up. Kuma's action is confusing, but I guess he has a plan. Rimuru. Should I help them? Seal. There's no need, master. Rimuru. Let me guess, the old man. Before I could finish, Rayleigh jumped in the fight, saving the straw hat. 1 millisecond and Zora would be dead. Haha, this old man is pretty strong. I laughed a little and got up. It's time to leave. Rimuru. There's no need for me here anymore. Dirt Pov. The event then went as they were supposed to happen. Luffy and his friend got utterly defeated. Before Kizaru could capture or eliminate them, Kuma used his devil fruit to teleport the crew away. Seeing no reason to be here, Kizaru retreated. The Straw Hat Pirates are now all separated around Grand Line, heavily injured morally or physically. And so Luffy's adventure in Amazon Lily started. As for Rimuru, he got his own business. He is actually in Impel Down, the biggest and most dangerous prison in the world, at the lowest floor dedicated to the most dangerous prisoner. Rimuru. You are in a pitiful state, Ace. In front of him was Ace's cell along with Jinbei, who refused to obey the world government order. Ace. Say whatever you want. Rimuru. It's sad to think the son of Gold D. Roger will be executed the same way as him. At this moment, Ace was burning in rage. He wasn't thinking logically and glared at Rimuru with hatred. Ace. Don't compare me to him. Rimuru. And what will you do? Ace. I am going to. Rimuru. Nothing, you are going to die soon, so why bother now? Ace gritted his teeth and looked down. Ace. He is right. Rimuru. And you, Jinbei, I don't really know you, but you look like a dead fish. Jinbei. Haha, why are you here? Ignoring his provocation, Jinbei's main worry now is to discover Rimuru's intention. After all, he is respected by the Emperor and a great menace if angered. Rimuru. Why am I here? Well, you could say I wanted to see Ace the last time before the war. Jinbei. War. Rimuru. You are smart enough to know right. Jinbei looked down, understanding what Rimuru meant. As much he disliked the idea of war, this was not avoidable. Ace, what are you talking about? Rimuru, you still don't understand. The blue-haired boy let out a big sigh before getting up. Rimuru. Newgate won't stay quiet. Ace. Do you mean? Rimuru. Yes, he won't let you die like that, even if it means war against the entire marine. With that, Rimuru started to leave the room. Ace. Wait. Can't you stop him? Rimuru, you really ask me that? Without turning around, Rimuru's word echoed in the cold cell. Ace. What? Rimuru. I am a warlord, this means your enemy during the war, I'll fight Newgate with all my strength. He turned his head a little and removed his mask. His yellow eyes glowed dangerously. Rimuru. The war is inevitable, so stay quiet and wait for your judgment. Ace Pov. I was lost at these words, why is he doing that? Rimuru is part of our family, and now he wants to kill us. Does that mean he just acted friendly with us? For the first time coming here, I let out some tears. It hurt. First each, and now him. Ace. I see. Rimuru. You seem to have understood, I'll leave now. Ace. Why yeah. I couldn't look at him in the eyes. Betrayal, huh? I looked down in shame. Rimuru. Oh, and one last thing, you shouldn't throw away your life like that, there are more people who care about you than you think. I didn't listen to him as he left, I am really pathetic, aren't I? Rimuru Pov. Ace, you still have a long way to go. But as I said, you are a brat who acts before thinking. Too naive for those dangerous seas. Rimuru. But don't worry, Ace, no one important will die there. I won't allow it, at least not yet.